December 28, 2022. Marcus Giavanni here. JJ Ament by Marcus Giavanni. Frontrunner, Denver Mayor. Frontrunner meaning I entered the race first. This is my 4th election, 12 years. Indexing Denver, that's my job. So when JJ Ament thinks he can come and whoop-de-woo and talk his shit, where Western conferences lining up with the wrong people already. See, what these old folks don't understand, and when I tell you they're fucking old, man. In the digital world, Denver's 12 years behind the digital 8 ball. 12 fucking years. And all their IT people are just telling them the same things they're telling the citizens of Denver. Don't believe what you see outside. Believe what we tell you. Everything's fine. It's just, hey, you're going to have to open up your wallets because we're going to start charging you fees. This place is so feed out. I don't think anybody knows how much money and where it's going and who's getting it and what. And me, I don't care, man. I don't care. This whole election isn't about revenge. It's not about creating more wasteful money on crap that we already know it's right in front of you. So why try to go and hold somebody accountable? We don't have time for that. Our adversaries are moving quick. China's moving quick. They already have police stations in the United States, folks, and they have arresting capabilities. So they can arrest you and take you to China. But it's really, they can arrest American citizens and or China's residents that come to the United States. And then they're able to now use TikTok and other means to spy on everybody. Now, do I believe they're doing that? Because if you think of the videos, what the fuck does China want to deal with all those people watching all those videos? Unless you're going in for personal, when you go into the deep mind indexing of an individual, and it's now all verified by our voice. And see, what JJ doesn't understand in his whole existence, because of who he is and where he works and what he represents, allegedly. If we were in a court of law, he'd be in trouble right now because the judge would be like, what does this mean? Go get their IT people. Ask them. Let's box them in a corner. Because that's what these people who think they have power, who think they own Denver, they don't realize that Denver's going to be, if they vote any other way than non-political, and I'm the only non-political candidate that has platforms that are ready to go. And when you think about the residual income that cityandcountyofdenver.com is going to create, we could have loaned the money to the Western complex to get the needed upgrades. It needed it, folks. It needed it badly. But this is how they treat cowboys, man. Just watch Yellowstone. I love Yellowstone. God, man, I love Beth, man. If I could meet a chick like Beth, you know what I mean? Woo, man. I've had a lot of my girlfriends were like Beth, believe it or not, man. My first wife was like Beth. Whoa, man. Oh, but that's what I liked about her, man. She'll throw down. She don't care. She don't care. That's why I gotta know that if I'm somewhere and I'm getting, well, I never get pummeled. I've been jumped by quite a few people, but I never got pummeled. I was too good for it. And when it's street fighting, folks, guess what? There's no fucking rules. That's why a street fighter that turns MMA is really hard to condition. An MMA fighter turned street fighter, you can condition him. But even when he's fighting out in the street, the training keeps him from killing that guy. That's the difference between a street fighter and an MMA fighter. I used to do fight clubs in the 80s to make money. It's funny, I went from a fight clubber guy in the 80s to a Magic Mike in the 90s. Can you believe it? In the 1995, for a few years, I did the circuit. I studied that whole thing. I was an entertainer. I'm an entertainer, folks. I'll do anything as an entertainer. Pretty much. I never did porn. I could have. People love my body. Have you seen what I look like now? I'm 60, I'm going to be 63 years old. So look at 63-year-old body. I'm not overweight. Okay. So, I don't do much working out except, my Bruce Lee maneuvers and my nunchucks. I'm very good with nunchucks. I don't do tricks. Tricks are for kids. Tricks get you killed. A guy blows out a 57 Magnum, and all the karate in the world will not help you against that. All the sticks in the world will not help you for that. All the throwing stars will not help you from that. But if you didn't pull the trigger, then all those weapons will work. But you got to be as instant as when that guy pulls the trigger. And that's what I learned for me, the way I looked. If you go look what I looked like in the 80s, dude looks like a lady. Womp. Are you one of them transvestites? God, man. That's why gay people and trans people have such a hard time with bigots, man. Just like throwing it. But see what happens when you go outside the norm and you swim opposite of what all the salmons are swimming, the bears are going to get you. And when you make those decisions, you can't expect everybody else to support those decisions. And when a Christian doesn't support, and here's the thing about Christians, they need to support it. They need to help those people. How dare them judge them? Who are they in their glass house churches? Well, I don't go to church, man. I go to the round church. Excuse me. I go to the round church. You know what that is? It's my head. That way the devil can't corner me. I've been like that all my life, man. I fought the most evil people, from little kids to adults, to watching little kids fuck with my kids that turn into bad adults. My kids are good, man. In Denver Public School, Tay Anderson, he sits on all those boards of all those board of directors. They've all been indexed, man. They're democracy sluts, and they've destroyed Denver. And so my thing, the people that support me, they all want me to tell you to go fuck yourselves. And these are Democrats, these are Republicans, these are people that love Robert W. Speer. And what happened is, Pena and Webb got indexed as growth mayors. And you can make that assumption through analytics by putting together highly advanced deep mind algorithms about people that you feel are having a conversation blocks of node connectors, of people, end users. That's what I do for a living. So all I got to do is think about what these people are talking about, and believe me, folks, wow. Law enforcement, we're going to have the most powerful law enforcement in the world, man. We have too many illegals coming into our town that we don't know who they are. And when you think about how Afghanistan got taken over, you think about where all those weapons are, and you think about the little signs that people talk about ghost guns and all this kind of shit. What the fuck, a ghost gun? They don't know what they're saying. But if you open your eyes to the bigger picture, bigger picture, you'll see. There's a very good chance that all those weapons and space goggles and all that stuff that was left behind could be ghost delivered to the citizens or non-citizens, or the people that were able to get in on the action of invading the United States with holy soldiers and others. You think 9/11 was something, folks? I've done the algorithms, and you people are too fucking stupid to want to know the truth, because you want to just live up JJ Ament's ass. And all your fucking faces are going in all those cows' asses, man. and all those cowboys, because you guys got them. It's all about being a cowboy. It got nothing to do with being a Democrat or Republican, but this is the whiff you got everybody caught up in. Like when it's gonna snow and all, I'm all the way at the end of Denver, the south border of Denver, and I can just smell the manure. I can smell the manure. I know the storms are coming. I asked you, do you guys smell the manure? No, I don't smell it. See, I used to work on the Bar S Ranch in Phoenix, Arizona when I was a little boy, because you could do that when you were a little boy, and I did internship. But then I saw how they slaughtered the cows, and I just, wow. I'm not getting hit by one of them fucking bullets, because they go ricocheting. I was there. I don't care what anybody says. But the Yellowstone cowboys are not true cowboys. Just to let y'all know that, okay? They're actors, and there's a lot more to what to being cowboying than what they're showing. You know, if you're a barrel racer, you're just a barrel racer. Are you really a cowboy, or are you just a barrel racer? Have you ever cowboyed? And that's the part of being original. But it gives you a good taste of how corporate takeover and how they really talk. And so those that pretend like they don't cuss or throw stones at me because I throw F-bombs, because why? Because the people I represent are pretty fucking pissed off, and when they call me, that's how they talk to me, folks. Giovanni, what the fuck? And see, they don't call me on my phone. You know how they get a hold of me? That's something for you to know. But I can tell you this, folks. When you're able to see what's in front of you right now, there ain't no candidate that can do what I can do. There's no citizens in Denver that can do what I do. There's no politician, not even fucking the governor can do what I do. And it's these tools that I've created that we're going to give to the city and county of Denver, so that no one like JJ Ament and their political bullshit, and Kelly Brown and her political fucking yo-yo, one-sided, bloviated, outdated troll bitch. Ian Tafoya, hashtag believe Ian, folks. Hashtag Rubino JC. Hashtag Michael Connor 28. Hashtag Ben Markus. And then at that point, go ahead and put the @ sign with the Ben Marcus, Markus. See, these people think they can hide, they think they can manipulate, they think they can do their shit. They don't know that all their emails, especially if they're sitting on boards, especially if you're on a 5013C, pretending to be a nonpartisan, but yet all of your social channels, all of your contacts in your phone, all your emails, everything points to partisan. And this, my friend, is what the IRS is going to come. And what's going to happen with some of these people? And see, I can tell you who they are, but I don't fucking care. You did this to yourselves, man. Trying to paint me the bad guy, or the guy, the epitome of slippery, like that worthless troll bitch Karen Hubler, a disgraced judge. All these other judges need to get rid of her because they're going to be judged. We all are. That's the thing I'm trying to tell judges right now. Look, man, you guys have absolute authority. Your IT people ain't telling you what's happening because you guys move slow. I have programs right now that'll make our judges the most intelligent, and we have good judges, folks. I happen to have the bad judges, but there's other people, there's other judges really good. I love Buchanan. He's my hero, man. I just the way he talked to me, the way he treated me in court, and he gave me advice at the very end of it all. But I'm not going to tell you what that is. Even David Goldberg, honorable judge, man. David Goldberg. He's badass. And when you have independent judges, and that's what they all need to be. You can't have a D or an R by your name if you're a judge, because what will happen is if you don't understand the social credit system scores and rankings.com that we started, again, a digital platform, a metaverse property for the citizens of Denver to control so that we can create residual income. So if the Western Complex, instead of calling JJ Ament and all his fucking bullshit, they'll call up Giovanni. Hey, man. Hey, Giovanni, we need to get like $100 million. Call up City and County of Denver. They got it. They got your back. Thank you for calling us first. We'll also send a message to them. Call us first. Send an email. Let's make sure we document this so we tell artificial intelligence what we're doing. Because if we do the right thing, and we're very informative, we'll be the top city in the world. You have to break away from the social spin of others that are all trying to create their own metaverses while they try to control yours. And what happened is, when you think about David or Mark Zuckerberg and him being an atheist, and look, so when people say, oh, prayers work, prayers work, prayers work, it works if you think it does. God gave man free will to do whatever they wanted to do. God is God's A to Z. He's the beginning and the end. It didn't say God was A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. That's us. We're the middle part. Life, death. We're the middle part. And that's what we get judged on. And that's what artificial intelligence is doing now. Now it's judging all these people on what they're fucking saying. And they don't realize that you'll go in the internet, you will not be found except in the dark web. And all your apps that you have to protect you from that, you'll still have those apps, but those apps won't work, and you'll be constantly on the phone calling your apps. Hey, why am I getting all this junk mail? All this. You'll be inundated. See, like, we got phone numbers that we have that we don't even use for text messages. So I don't got to worry about that ever fucking happening. So when someone says I don't have text messages, you can have a phone that don't have text messaging. So you'll never have that fucking problem again. You want to talk to somebody, call me. Don't text me. I don't always have my fucking glasses on. Call me. That's what we do in the 60s and 70s, man. And the thing is that your voice is the most powerful thing. And so what happens now is, when you talk out everything that you talk, just like texting, you can't tell. The normal person, if you were shadowing somebody, or if somebody was mirrored your account, which usually happens on the very, very front end, where your Homeland Security, your internet provider, all these things that you like are like the 5G network is like complete garbage, man. I don't know if anybody noticed, but we went from all this bragging about how, like, when you watch Xfinity, they were showing the pixeling of DirecTV, saying, oh, do you want this? And theirs does the same fucking thing. And the thing about Xfinity, folks, there's some other things. We'll get to that later. But we're all about creating residual income for all of Denver. When Michael Hancock came out and said, we are all Denver, every time he did that, because of the authority he had to do that, artificial intelligence pattern matches everything he fucking says. Everywhere he goes, all the emails, all the conversations, all the back connection conversations, all of it. And you know what? When they turn off their phones, okay, so they can have secret meetings, or if they do that, and I would think they do, but the problem is what happens is, when there's like in a government, when a group of node connections, end user, they're all connected together, go dark. In other words, all their phones got shut off, or all their phones are left somewhere. They're on. Some of them forgot to turn them off. There's ways, but here's what happens with those ways. As soon as you do that, and if you're in the government and all your phones go where there's no noise, it's like, wait a second, artificial intelligence goes into 911 mode. And it doesn't do it because it's trying to spy on you. It does it because, oh my God, something might have happened to these group of people. That's how artificial isn't out to fuck people over. So whoever's putting that shit in your head, you need to tell them to shut the fuck up. I'm tired of doo-doo boys and girls coming in and spreading their cock all over good people and good stuff. And that's what JJ Ament is. And anybody Node Connect, you know that thing, guilty by association? Oh my God. The mortal world, it means something different. But in the digital world, it's law. And when people realize that they have to protect their social credit system, they're going to get all the apps off your phone. I don't have any news apps on my fucking phone, man. None. Even though I get an email, but then I erase my shit all the time, and I let some people keep my shit because they don't even know this is not my only means of communicating with people. And what happens is when that group of phones have been shut off, it just takes one person to start talking about what they all were talking about. And that'll fill the empty void from all those phones turned off. Because when they all get turned on, or the ones that are, let's just say, offline, and then the ones that are on, but there's no, but the it's not picking up any voices. That means something's wrong. That's like an OnStar. Hey, dude, you're off a cliff. It doesn't go, oh, he's offline. He must be doing something bad. It doesn't work like that. It goes through all the good things that a person could do. You know what I mean? So in this case, if you go dark, that means you could possibly be sitting in a ravine somewhere. And or you guys were all on a bus and you went over a cliff. Not picking up anything, nothing. And some of the phones are off. Now what happens is all of a sudden they all come back on and voices. It's like, okay, whoa, shit, what happened? And then what happens is someone starts talking about, oh, I just got back from blah, blah, blah. Or they all go back to their phones at the same time, and all of a sudden, bing, bing, you can see them all pinging their phones, all turning them on. They all can hear their voice. They heard the dark car door opened or wherever their phone was stashed. And then all those people who couldn't wait to get to their phones, they immediately turn on their phones, check their text messages, and they'll go to their emails. Standard procedure protocol for 101 indexing. JJ, you're out of your league, boy. And I'm sick of people like you coming in acting like you're the fucking savior. And in Western Complex too. There's other places to hold those events, even though it's pretty convenient. But there's no reason why Wyoming couldn't build a Western Complex and just have all the events there, and tell all of us just to fuck ourselves. Because we can't be trusted. We're an illegitimate government come April 4th. If Denver citizens that currently vote the same way they do, or if Republicans vote for Republicans, you're all going to be indexed. I'm telling you, it's going to fuck your money up. And because you don't have IT people that have the balls enough to tell you because they don't want to lose their job because they can't fix it. He's too fucking late. I've been doing this for 12 years, JJ. So every time you open your mouth, JJ, every time you go talk to those people and all those phones are on, you're getting indexed for the betterment of our community. And if you guys are shysters, fake and biased bullshit, which it looks like you're starting to line yourselves up with, because here it is, man. Go listen to those videos, and then you got this one. Kind of let it go. And Western Conference, I'm going to get you all the money you guys deserve. And we need to put a big old freaking hotel, start building up. You got airspace that you can use. Utilize it. Go watch the movie Burlesque, and you'll learn all about airspace. That airspace is a real thing. And let me tell those people that don't want to build over 5 stories, let me tell you something about that. If I'm standing in front of a 6-foot wall, I'm done. I can't see nothing over that. So whether you're 1 story to 5 story, you're blocking everything that matters anyways. So to go another 10, another 15, 30, 40 stories, but there's no real estate out there that we can barely fill what we have now. And what we do fill, like our homes, they're all going to people from other sanctuary cities that want to escape their crime rate, even though we're at record high 25 years and JJ don't say a fucking thing. I'm in the chamber, dude. What? Duh. You're worthless, JJ. God damn. How can Denver be so fucking stupid? And see, I talk like this because this is what I hear daily. When I go get my signatures, when I go talk to people. And so my content's written on conversation, folks. My content is inverted pyramid. You just read right there. It'll tell you what you need to know. And millennials, 28-year-olds, 38-year-olds, 48-year-olds, 10 years ago, they were 8, 18, and 28. Now move forward. Look where they are now. And we're close to war, folks. I remember sitting on my dad's lap when I was a little kid, man. I sold candy when I was 7 years old, folks. Top sales candy here in Arizona. I made lots of money on the weekends. Go look at what $150 is in 1967 is worth. You can't do that no more. They put change on our kids where they can't do anything. And then they get all these apps to come in and control our children so they can go steal the content that they're all accusing TikTok of doing. So, believe me, man, China, if they wanted to, which I think they have already, they have one adult for every one of our citizens. That's why NBA wants to go to China. That's why China has to change. But see, China can't change. If they change to a democratic capitalist, oh my God, I seen the algorithms. If they started paying their people what everybody else got paid, and they made everybody stuff, they'd be on instant. They'd be instant. Let everybody be them. Boom, boom. No more communism, man. We're gonna just be democratic capitalists, and we're gonna pay all of our workers that build all the stuff for the nation $30 an hour. And so all your products, because there's so many of us now, those pair of pants that you used to buy for $8 to $50 now are $300. And there'll be people paying it because they need those clothes, man. There's nowhere, just like gasoline. You look at the gas prices, they're coming down. Is that because there's a GOP in the House? Or are they just hearing too many people just getting fucked? They just sucked everybody. Our strategic reserves haven't been refilled. So right now, all I can do is worry about Denver and the corrupt fucks like JJ Ament and all the people that are old that don't want to change and they're only worried about themselves and they're not worried. And when they all come together, but they can't. And if they do, it's all a lie so they can continue their stronghold. What's JJ Ament going to do for the Western complex? Try to get money through their mayor. See, when you understand the conversations and how they're going, that's why that Andy Rout, the bald-headed fuck, an outdated army, I'm not against veterans. My son's in the military. But when you get the fuck out of the military and you wear that badge of being a veteran, you have to be fucking holier than thou, man. Period. But if you're a fuck up and you're a guy like Andy Rout who goes and brags about being the only GOP candidate in 60 years, are you fucking stupid, Andy? And you know what? Anybody that you guys get to vote for them, guess what? If you vote any other way than what the Spear Amendment is, because it was digitalized, do you know what that means? Go ask your IT people. And if they can't tell you why you're seeing this, you're fucked more than you even fucking realize. And I didn't have to be mayor to do it because I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of you lying motherfuckers coming around, getting all the money and then using our children as pawns to push more fucking fees and more shit and more crap and more fucking walkouts and, strikes. And you guys can't fucking, get with the unions and work out something better, especially with who worked out the health insurance for the employees? Oh, they're getting a bonus. Nah. They're buying their elections, man. I'm going to give the citizens that work for Denver more than what they're getting, that little peasy shit that they're giving them. That didn't even cover the furloughs they had to take off. I'm going to pay back all the furloughs that every citizen of the citizens that work for Denver, their money back. We're going to fire a lot of department heads, man. We're going to replace them for the people that do all the work. And I can tell you who's doing all the work. I can go in right now and go into every one of their mainframes and I can tell you everything. I don't need anybody to even show me where it is. I can find it, and I'll follow everything, all those lines that are either embedded in the floor or above in the drop ceiling. I'll follow all those lines too, folks. I'm an underdog motherfucker. And I've watched some people destroy Denver, and I have to do what I got to do to protect Denver up to a point to where Denver's considered addicts. Every single one of us. And everybody knows with an addict, they got to want to help themselves. Those poor people out there, they got to want to help themselves. And they're all helping themselves to your fucking front properties, our roads. They're helping you into stealing all of our fucking robberies, crime rates. And yet JJ Ament and the Western Complex and Michael Hancock will tell you all, oh, it's all good. Yeah. Why are you going to believe what we tell you or believe what you see? But I am blown away that these people cannot see the forest through the trees. These people can't see that their actions are bloviating, humble bragging. We are the Silicon Mountains. I'm like, listen to these people and some other people we know. We're all going, do these people fucking know what they're doing? All of them. And all of our adversaries aren't fucking stupid, folks. They're watching all of what they did to Donald Trump. They watch the FBI. You think these people are our adversaries or even our allies? You think they really want to work? And I can show you some algorithms, folks. There's those few people that the FBI should have came down with the fucking hammer, but they were the FBI. They held the hammers. I've been writing about this shit for fucking years, folks. I've already carried out the mission of why I was born, man. And this Mark Andrew wins. I mean, I didn't need to be mayor to win. But there's going to be citizens that are going to wake the fuck up and say, look, man, we're nonpartisan. We have to get back to our law because, and this is where those 18 and 28 and 38-year-olds, they know digital metaverse. They know what it means. And right now, we can't sustain those lies anymore. And Denver Democrats are going to have to let go. Denver Decides, League of Women Voters. Now, those are some women that need to go to jail. Ha! That would be one group, and I've already identified who they are, that need to go to jail. And I've already showed that to some law enforcement people, and they're just like, wow. And they're going to wait till the elections are over. This is what this final thing is. It wasn't about me being mayor. It was about proving from 2011 indexing as nonpartisan, which is not true. Stephanie O'Malley suing, all these things. When you look at the people that were involved, there's Webb and Stuhl, they lost their law firm so that they could protect the right to petition. And I'm out there getting petitions, and people go, oh, I don't sign petitions. I said, that's your right, but you're a dumb fuck. That's why, and then, I had 5 guys yesterday tell me, oh, my vote don't count. I'm like, really? Well, the ones that are voting are the ones that are not only winning, But they got you spilling shit that isn't even true. He goes, what do you mean it ain't true? Think about it, bro. You say your vote don't work because it don't count. And you're right, it don't count. So the people that are voting the way you don't like it are winning. He's like, what? He signed my petition. He goes, I never thought of it that way. Well, that's because they don't teach that in schools. Each party teaches what they want to teach to keep each one of the citizens under their partisanship stronghold. This is why, if people don't change their voting, I'm not going to say nothing. I've said it long enough. January 1, it's going to go into the third year of the data dump indexing. Excuse me. But this is all about Denver citizens and us honoring Honorable Mayor Robert W. Spear and his wishes. He died in office, folks. That's why you see a lot of things. You'll start seeing obituaries within certain content, and unless you know how to read that, but those are not good. If it's in certain, you have to know how to read it. You have to know how to do it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but I can tell you it's going to happen. When you start seeing obituaries and stuff, that means that the people it could mean a lot of things. Doesn't mean necessarily that the person's going to die, but maybe a social channel is going to have that. It's going to be obituary. All their businesses obituary, their political careers obituary. Like with mine, you'll see military pictures. I created our platforms based off 3 board games: Game of Life, Monopoly, and Stratego. And I would have used Battleship, but Battleship is limited. Stratego has all the rankings that you need to use in the Metaverse world. And it could only work in a Metaverse world because we are in a simulated state. This is what it means by we are in a simulated state now. And so when JJ Ament and all these people keep coming out with, like the 17th declared, Mike Johnston going to come out and be mayor, everything that he's done, I indexed. When they come out and say they're going to run for mayor, Leslie Herod and Chris Hansen and Valdez, anyone that's a current politician, a senator, and takes a step down to run for mayor, that's why they don't call you Senator Mayor. You go be a mayor, you become a senator. They don't call you mayor senator. They call you senator. See, what these folks want to do is kind of confuse the entire digital world with their fucked up words. He, she said, what said, I'm her, his, what, he's what, who. That works only in the mortal world. It don't work in the digital world of linguistic binary development. Does anybody know what that is? I do. Does any of the mayoral candidates? Do you know what that is, JJ? Or do you got to go call somebody? Or do you got to go look it up? Well, JJ, I'm going to tell you, brother. It's going to be cool to see you go into the black fucking hole where you belong, and all your overpaid bullshit people that you're connected to, and your Denver partnership, downtown partnership, and Tammy Door, you're all the fucking same. Just different labels. And now artificial intelligence knows it all. And therefore, you will be judged as I am always judged.